email here from somebody named Paul. See if you can relate to what Paul has to say here. Dear Tom, the other day you talked about women who stay at home but don't do a goddamn thing. My mother is one of those people. She doesn't have a job, yet she has a full-time housekeeper. Guess how much she pays? Or should I say, my stepfather pays for this housekeeper. $40,000 a year. Our house isn't even that big. She refuses to do any laundry or clean the dishes because she's too old, in quotes. She's 50. And wants to, quote, just enjoy this last phase of her life. Yeah, we've had a full-time housekeeper since I was born, and I'm 23. Added up, that's almost $1 million spent on something she could have easily been doing herself. She spends hundreds of dollars a week on bottled water when she could just drink from a Brita for free. Why do some women have no concept of money? We used to have a nice house. Not nice enough for her. She pressured my stepdad to spend over $2 million to make it even nicer. And she wonders why he just left her for a 23-year-old. Says here, my dad left her for the same reasons. He told me that one of the moments he realized he had to divorce her was when they were standing in their kitchen, on which he had just spent $1 million remodeling because she wanted a nicer kitchen. When she started complaining that he didn't buy her a Valentine's Day card. He said, I might not buy you cards or flowers, but I do lots of other nice things for you. She replied with her hands on her hips, oh, yeah? What have you ever done for me? He was shocked that she could have the nerve to say something like this while they're standing in a kitchen he just spent $1 million remodeling for her. Why do women who come from nothing and then marry a rich guy all of a sudden get the nerve to do nothing but complain all the time? Where are all the grateful women, Tom? And it's signed Paul. I had a relationship with somebody like that, a live-in relationship, with someone who never appreciated what I bring to the table. What do I bring to the table? Well, I don't give women money. I don't do that. But here's what I do. In those days when people lived with me, those days ended a while ago, when they lived with me, they got to live in a fantastic Hollywood Hills home. They got to travel to some of the finer places in the world where anybody might want to go. Maui, Spain, Key West, Florida, Puerto Vallarta, Cabo. I mean, you name it. I traveled to lots of nice places. I get great seats for everything. Concerts, sporting events. You want to look at heavyweight boxing close up? I've sat in the 6th row of a heavyweight championship fight more than once. I mean, World Series, Stanley Cup Finals. Name the concert. Concerts people can't get tickets to, U2, whatever. I routinely get these tickets. I routinely go to events like that. And the person I'm with gets to share that life with me. Restaurants. Not only do I eat at great restaurants, but at least when I'm in a city where the show is on, I get treated like a VIP. I can get a table on a moment's notice on a Saturday night when everyone is clamoring to get in at many restaurants. eat the finest food, drink the finest wine. I've got a wine cellar with almost 1,000 bottles of wine. I meet celebrities, go to cool parties. I put it this way. When you are with me, you live a nice lifestyle. And yet, the last person who lived in my house, whoever that was constantly complaining. She wanted another car. She wanted me to sell my house in the Hollywood Hills and buy a house in Malibu or Pacific Palisades. She didn't want to live in the Hollywood Hills. This is a house I've owned for 10 years and I love as much as life itself. Oh, yes, she complained when I wanted to go to Spain, she wanted to go to Italy. She told me, you don't want to go to Spain, I've already been there. It's what I call the sense of entitlement. You know, many women get into relationships and then they feel they are entitled. And I guess we as a society make them feel they have the right to feel entitled because we award them vagina money when marriages don't work out and child support. And it's just assumed that men are going to buy the dinners, buy the drinks. Men are going to be the ones that get shot down asking them out on a date. Men are going to pay for the weekends away. Men are going to pay for the vacations. Men are going to pay the bulk of the household expenses like rent or a mortgage or groceries or just about everything. And so after a while, women just do not appreciate what they are getting. I find it fascinating hearing the letter from Paul, and I understand where he's coming from. There she is. This is his mother, who's now lost 2 husbands for the same reason. Because she doesn't want to work, because she gets them to spend money on redoing the kitchen or whatever, and complains constantly despite the fact that they're getting all kinds of things. Then can't figure out why the guys keep leaving. The last person who lived with me got dumped 3 consecutive times, and I should have taken a cue from that. You know, I mean, she was young and attractive and funny and in many ways fantastic. But why did 3 straight guys before me all dump her? And then I was the 4th in a row. Why? Could it be that the whole relationship was based on what she could get? Could that be it? Could it be that she had a sense of entitlement? Not that these were gifts you were giving her or nice things you were doing for her. She was entitled. In fact, not only did she expect to get all of these things, but she was downright bored with them once she got them. Outrageous. Now, in her case, she didn't get a kitchen remodel. But I will give you an idea of something I did. I bought a car. Now, I kept it in my own name because I'm not stupid. But I bought a car, and it was a different kind of a car that we could use for other purposes. It was a small SUV. She said she wanted an SUV. So I bought the SUV. I went to Consumer Reports, and I found the most reliable SUV, and it happened to be a Toyota RAV4. And she said how happy she was to be getting it. But it wasn't long before she said, I want to trade this in for a Mercedes or BMW or a Land Rover. But come on. It's a RAV4. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. And it was like that all the time. And by the way, I maintained ownership of the car despite many attempts by her to pry it away from me and to get me to put her name on it. I didn't do that. During the course of the relationship, I did not do that. But I understand what Paul is talking about with his mother because I've been with women like this who just expect to get and get and get. And there's nothing more rewarding like Paul's father who left for a 23-year-old, then his stepfather who left for another 23-year-old. There's nothing more rewarding than getting your ass out of a situation like that. Whether you get into a new one with a 23-year-old or whether you just spend your time alone, there's nothing more rewarding than getting rid of someone who doesn't appreciate what you bring to the table, doesn't appreciate what you bring to the party. just expects that you're going to work, make money, come home and spend it on them. That's like a given. No, there's no such thing as a gift. There's no such thing as a surprise in a life like that because it's expected. You know, you buy flowers for them, it's expected. You get them a card, it's expected. It's impossible to surprise or, you know, just, it's hard to do anything for them. No matter what you do, it's just like that attitude. What have you ever done for me? I'm all tongue-tied about it, which I rarely get on the air, but I've been through this. I've been with people that I've done things for. And by the way, just the ability to live in my world. Travel where I travel, meet the people I meet, eat the food, drink the wine, have the experiences I get to have. You get to have those with me. All taken for granted. I'm much happier being a free agent, and if I want to go on a date with a woman, I say, hey, I got free tickets to this concert. Would you like to go? And I'm sitting in the front row of a concert. Or, hey, how about a Laker game? And I've got tickets on the floor at the Laker game, which I got from a buddy or I got from a PR person or something. You know, when you do this on a free agent basis, women are very appreciative. They can't believe how wonderful it is. So you got to wonder. You got to wonder about women who just have this sense of entitlement, women who are not grateful, do not appreciate what you do, how hard you work, what you bring home. And I know many of our listeners are very hard workers. You work hard. You try to bring cash home. And many of you just try to make those broads happy. Sometimes it seems like no matter what you do, you can't make them happy. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
The UK.
Oh, I wasn't going to ask that.
Oh.
Never mind. I take it back.
Okay.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Oh, boy. Okay. We're talking about relationships with ungrateful women. Women who have a sense of entitlement and they don't appreciate what you do. Let's say hello here to Steve on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Doing okay?
Yeah, I need your help, man. I know everyone asks this question, but I need your help, seriously. All right, I'll give you a bit of my background first. I was born, actually, and raised abroad in Bangkok, Thailand, where I'm a successful model / actor, musician. I've been in the United States for about 1 year and 6 months right now. I mean, actually based out here. So, I mean, I've dated many women, models, actresses abroad, and they are women. The women in the States are not women. I've been dating this model, which I met at a party here in Los Angeles, and the minute I date her, the first thing she comes out of her mouth is, if you want to date me, you got to pay for my meals, you pay for all my expenses, because if you don't, some other dude will. So that was just a comment that came out of her mouth. So out of the generosity of my heart, because I like this chick, I started doing that. Now, the more I do that, the more she expects, and she doesn't take one thing that I do to heart. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. She's just, it's unbelievable. I buy her things. If she, okay, example.
Why do you, wait, stop. Why do you buy her things?
I came from a good family of high ethics and morals.
This has nothing to do with ethics or morals. I mean, what it means is you believe in paying for vagina.
No, actually, I don't. I'm a big player. Trust me, I'm a big player.
Well, then, why do you need to buy her things? What does high morals have to do with buying things for somebody you're dating?
I like to give. It makes me feel good.
Pal, give to a charity.
That's true. Okay, how about not things? Just dinners. I buy her dinners, you know, because I can afford it. I really can afford it.
Pal, you know, here's the deal. I hate that phrase, I can afford it. Every penny you spend that you say you can afford could have been put away, invested in your future. invested in stocks, real estate, mutual funds, fixed income instruments. You cannot afford it. You're 24 years old. Are you a billionaire?
No, sir.
Are you a millionaire?
Close, but no, I'm not.
No, then you can't afford it.
Okay. But I'm lonely. I feel good about it.
Pal, if you're such a player, there were plenty other women that you were seeing that you didn't have to spend this kind of money on.
That's true. That's true. I've never spent this much money on a chick. And believe it or not, the chicks that I used to date, they used to pay for me sometimes and make me feel good. And I would love to do things for them and back. But this chick, man, she pays for nothing. Like, absolutely nothing.
So why don't you just dump her?
I've never dumped a chick like that. I mean, I tell her that we're friends, and then she threatens me that she's going to do this, and I don't know.
Oh, and she threatens you, too. That's great. So you buy her things, and she threatens you. Boy, you are pussy whipped.
She's not even that good in bed, dude.
Well, then why do you tolerate this stuff?
I guess she's everything that I'm not. Okay, I never went to school. You know, I'm successful in a different area, but she's graduated from USC, and she's puts me down all the time, and she just pushes me down.
She's a bitch. She's a bitch. Why do you tolerate it?
I have no idea.
Then stop doing it.
Okay.
I mean, are you that desperate?
No, actually, I'm not. I'm very soft-hearted.
Then why do you tolerate this?
I don't know.
You want to give money to a charity. Find a charity you care about and support them.
All right.
Why do you have to give your money to unfeeling, cold-hearted bitches? That makes you feel good?
No, actually it doesn't, and I've been fighting for the last 2 weeks about it, and I actually listened to your show. I started listening to your show about a year ago, and then it got the better of me, and I don't know, I felt all weird inside listening to the truth, and I just turned you on right now, and it's something I'm going through. I'm like, God damn it, Tom. I mean, sorry, you're always right.
So what are you doing about it?
You know, I pretty much broke up last night, but then she calls me this morning saying she misses me and she's sorry.
Oh, please.
I'm the kind of person that...
That's what abusive husbands do.
Yeah, I mean...
They treat you like crap, and then the next day, oh, honey, I miss you. Here's some flowers. I miss you.
Yeah, that's true. But then, see, because I've come from such a high moral ethic background, my parents, like, always taught me...
What does this have to do with morals and ethics?
Well, someone apologizes, you know, since she sounds sincere, then, you know, you forgive him.
No, but the thing is, she behaves like this all the time.
That's true, and you always say you can't change them, but I just
You can't change them. You can't change anyone.
I agree.
So stop trying.
But I change anyone. I mean, I've met some people that's changed around, their whole life changed around through certain, you know, aspects of their life.
They don't change because of you or because of dating you.
That's true.
They change if they feel like changing. But that's you true. Telling people to change does not change them.
That's true.
So stop trying.
Okay.
Hang on. Right. Scott, what did you want to say to Steve?
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Steve. I'm Scott. I'm sorry.
Hey, no worries. Hey, your first clue, buddy, should have been when she starts making demands to you on the first date. Any woman who says anything like that to me is hitting the road, pal. I mean, come on, grow yourself some nads. Do you think that low of yourself?
Pardon me?
Do you think that low of yourself that you can't get anybody else that demands stuff from you on a first date? Why don't you find somebody that's willing to pay for their own dinner, or maybe even get this concept, make you dinner?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, come on, bro.
By the way, let me throw in, and that's a good point, Scott. If you come from such a background of moral upbringing and old school, old-fashioned ethics, why the hell do you tolerate this crap from women? Families like that are old school, the man is the boss.
I guess it's not really an old school, but I was just taught that, you know, do good and good should be given unto you. So I'm always... But
obviously that's wrong, isn't it?
And do good for someone who appreciates it, bro. This chick doesn't appreciate you. She told you that the first day. If you don't buy it for me, some other sucker will. And that's what you're being, a sucker.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, guys, good luck.
All right,
Thank you,
thanks.
Scott. Let me get June on here. Let's get a female perspective. June, what did you want to say to Steve?
Hey, well, he just contradicted
it's a guy.
himself. He was like, I'm a player. And then he's like, I'm from a high moral family, you know? Well, which is it? Did they teach you to play? Like, what does that mean?
Well, actually, I left home when I was 15, so my moral and ethics standards have been installed in me until the age of 15. I mean, I'm out in the entertainment field, dude. I mean, I get a lot of chicks, but
Yeah, but then if you're a player, then why are you paying for all her
because
crap?
I've been doing that for like 7 years, and for me, sometimes it gets kind of old. You know what I mean? I've hurt a lot of people. I've been through some terrible experiences. So sometimes I'm like, okay, I got to try to clean up my act. And
So by paying for all of her crap, you're paying for all your mistakes in the past?
Probably.
That's stupid. Yeah, she doesn't deserve it. I mean, find somebody that actually deserves it. And, yeah, you got to feel stupid if the person's just, you know, a freaking sponge. Just taking all your funds, you know, for nothing. And she's not appreciative, so what's the point?
Yeah, that's true. You know, are all chicks over here like this?
What's that?
The majority of the chicks over in the United States like this.
You just told us the other chicks you were with weren't like this, Steve. I mean, come on.
I'm saying, are all the chicks in the United States?
If all the chicks were like this, why would the chicks you've dated in the past not be like this?
Oh, I dated European chicks. European, Asian.
Well, we recommend on this program that you avoid American women like the plague.
Oh, tell me about it, dude.
Gold diggers. All of them.
Anyways,
there might be one
Tom.
diamond in the rough, but, yeah, you're better off without them.
It's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Correct. All right, guys. Thanks.
All right.
All right, thanks, Tom.
All right, Steve, June, thank you very much for the calls. 1-800-5800-TOM. Can you believe that? Dan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Great.
All right, man. It's good to talk to you.
I know.
All right. Tell me about it, Pop. Let me give you the rundown here. I work 2 jobs right now. I'm a full-time student, and I'm 23. I got a lot going for me, you know, got a lot of charisma and a lot of headstrong stuff moving forward. And I got this girlfriend of mine. She's 26, and she just sucks the life out of me.
Well, strike one. Why do you have a girlfriend at 23?
Because I followed the wrong rules, you know. I just thought that it was the smart thing to do, stay out of trouble and stuff.
Well, stay out of trouble?
Yeah.
The only chance you have to get in trouble is when you're 23. Come on, what are you doing?
Well, just getting drunk and having fun with my friends. Next thing you know, you're hooking up with fat chicks. I mean, you can't have that happen all the time.
So there's no love involved here. You are, instead of buying copies on the newsstand, you decided to subscribe to one particular magazine.
Yeah, exactly. And now I want to start reading the market again and dabbling and playing. You know?
So why don't you?
Well, that's the thing, Tom. My heart says one thing, and the other 2 parts of my body say another. My brain and the lower part, you know, they're all ready for game time.
Yeah, but you're paying for it. You know what? Hire a hooker.
Yeah.
If you're going to pay for it, hire a professional. I mean, my God, among call girls, there are more 9s and 10s than you'll find anywhere else.
Well, I thought about that, you know, and 2 years ago when I got together with her, I was kind of getting bit by the love bug, thought it was the thing to do, and, you know, I thought I was going to have kids and all that. But,
right, but you know that's not true now, and so now it's time to start changing it up.
Well, yeah, since listening to you, I realize how some of these women, you know, just, I mean, it's great the first 3 or 5 years or whatever, but then the next thing you know, they start having an affair on you, or they want half of your house or your business. I mean, who wants to lose their, you know, their bottom line? Like
right.
That, you know?
That's right. That's right.
So what do you suggest to do?
You know what I suggest to do. You don't want to. You don't want to hear it.
Well, I'd like to hear it from you.
Get out.
Okay, so what do I do to get out? I mean, I'm not living with her or anything.
So tell her tonight. It's over.
All right. And then just go out with my friends and get drunk and have fun?
Right, and meet other chicks and bang around.
I like banging around, Tom.
Well, believe me, we all like it. As guys, we all like it.
That's what we do best.
And you know what? You're going to be so much happier, just the way I've been telling you for the past couple of years that I've been happy living alone.
Yes, and it sounds like it because you have similar taste to what I have. You know, it's just nice to like the finer things in life and not have somebody bitching in the background about it, you know?
Right. By the way, as I said at the beginning of this hour, women appreciate you and what you bring to the table a lot more when they can't count on getting it.
Right.
Which means, yeah, they appreciate you much more when you date one today and another one tomorrow and another one the day after.
Right. Right, absolutely. Tom,
Let me tell you something. For example, I have, just to give you an example, in the summertime in L.A., everybody wants to spend a night at the Hollywood Bowl. Everybody wants to do that.
Absolutely.
I have a box at the Hollywood Bowl. A box. And when I had a girlfriend, she hated, oh, we have to go again. It's Wednesday. We have to go to the bowl. We just went last Wednesday. Meanwhile, when I have lived alone like I do now, there's only 8 shows at the bowl, and there's more than 8 women who descend upon me in the summertime. Please, please take me. Please, please, please.
That would just love to go. We have a similar thing down here in Orange County, and it's at the Verizon Amphitheater, and it's like the summer concert series.
Right.
You know, and I actually took her there for Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture, and you know, she didn't even really appreciate it, not nearly as much as I did. If I probably would have gone on my own, you know.
Well,
I mean,
but this is what I'm telling you. When they feel like they've got you under their thumb, when they call you boyfriend or whatever, live in, then they just expect this stuff.
No, I feel like I'm sucked in and I can't get out. You know, it's crazy.
We can make one phone call right now. We can end it right here.
That's true, Tom.
We can make the call right now. And believe me, she'll never talk to you again when I'm done with her.
Well, I definitely believe that. You know, you're a lot more truthful than I am.
Well, why do you need to lie? Well, Dan, what do you have to lose by telling the truth?
Nothing.
So why not just tell her? Tell her she's draining you. Tell her she doesn't appreciate what you bring to the party. And tell her as a result, it's over and that's it.
I agree, Tom.
She doesn't live with you. This is not hard to do.
Absolutely, Tom. You're right. Hey, Tom, take me out Travis style, would you?
Okay, here you go.
All right.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
You got a rotten attitude.
Who's telling you what to say? Your wife?
No, I think nobody told me anything.
I hear her in the background, you pussy. I hear her there. Tell her to shut up.
Hey, that's my wife.
I don't care.
The Tom Leykis Show.
From Hollywood, it's the Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. We're talking about the ungrateful women who have a sense of entitlement, who don't appreciate what you, the guy who works so hard, brings to the table. Jazz on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Love your show. I've been listening for so many years.
Thank you.
Okay, and I just want to say to all those suckers out there who have been taken by their girlfriends because they tell them that they love them so much. And I bet the last time they got some good fellatio, it's probably been years or months or weeks even. And what I do for a living is I'm a hooker, and I love my job. I love it. I love my job, and I love making money, and I love sex, but I love it so much more when I'm getting paid for it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm very grateful and thankful to all the men who give me their money. And I show them how grateful I am by how I treat them.
It's a quid pro quo, so you give the guys what they paid for.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not in a relationship, and I just choose not to be just because it's just too much hassle. But I own multiple properties. I have a business, and I'm 26. And I've been doing this since I was 19.
So you could retire at 30 and be done with it.
Yeah, exactly. I go on vacations. I'm actually on my way to the mall right now to go shopping and spend some of that money. And I love my job. And these guys need to just realize that these girls, there's no difference between me and these girls except for these guys actually get what they're paying for.
Plus, you go away when we're done.
Yes, I'm not a headache. I don't ask questions. I don't care. All I care about is just making my money and making sure that the customer is having a good time, because I do have a very good return customer plan. Like they love me. Do the guys get discounts if they're regulars? Oh, of course.
Uh-huh.
Of course they do.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they do. And these guys need to just wake up. And California girls, girls are horrible everywhere in the world, but we're bad out here. We're really bad. And to that guy who called earlier, who's a model and he's a player, no, he's not a player. He's getting hustled.
Of course he is.
He is getting hustled by a girl who is a player, and that's what she's doing. And she told him right from the get, hey, I'm going to hustle you, so know this. These guys need to just realize that if they want to spend their money, they're going to get more if they go to a strip club or something like that.
By the way, I don't agree on strip clubs. When guys tell me about strip clubs, I always recommend hookers because I always say that the girls at strip clubs are hookers who don't put out.
Exactly. But at least they're going to grind on you, except for guys go. See, I don't go out to clubs. I don't do anything like that. I'm such a homebody. Whenever I go out, I get dressed up and I go to work. And that's what I do.
Uh-huh.
And because I'm not going to go out and spend my money on some other, I don't know, nonsense, aside from my shopping addiction, but that's okay. I have to support my Tiffany habit, so girl has to do what she has to do.
Yes, I understand. But see, what I like about this conversation, much as some people may have a problem with prostitution, is that you're upfront. You are upfront about who you are, what you do, what you expect. The deal is understood going in.
Mm-hmm.
And,
there's no surprises at all.
I tell guys all the time, if you're going to spend that much money on a chick, hire a pro.
Exactly. And you know what? I really get off on this when guys telling me, hey, I haven't felt this way in so long. Or when it's kind of like I'm a therapist as well,
Well, in a
sense.
sense.
As well.
A therapist without a degree, yes, indeed. Yeah. Of course, I'm a professor, so there you go. Well, all right, well, Jazz, thank you so much for stating that case, because it's a case I've stated many times to people. Prostitution's illegal, boys, but if you're going to spend that much money, might as well hire somebody who gives you what you paid for and goes away.
You are the best, Tom. You are the best. You are the best. And if I ever bump into you, and I've been trying to run into you, don't worry. You don't have to support my Tiffany hat.
Oh, look at that. Well, you know where I am, dear. I work the Hollywood area.
I'm actually on my way out there right now.
There we go.
All right, I'll see you later.
All right, see you later. 1-800-5800-TOM. He is our telephone number. Jason on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Great.
Hey, I work with two girls. I do a bunch of charity golf tournaments and stuff, and the one girl that we have that goes with us, there's also a sales rep who takes her also. And he buys her drinks and everything and raffle cards and all that stuff. And she looks at me like, why aren't you doing the same thing for me? It's like, why? Why should I? And another chick that I know, we'll go out someplace and she just gets up and walks away from the table expecting somebody else to pick up the check. And we were out at Medieval Times one time, and I showed her some glass, and she thought I bought her a drink and just walks off with it. Until she realized it was empty. She said, oh, I thought you bought me a drink. I said, I ain't buying you a drink if you ain't putting out. And I don't think my wife would be too jazzed with that, so I'm not buying you a drink. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. These two, they go to clubs and stuff, and they'll hit the guys up for drinks and everything, and they know that they're not going to put out or nothing.
Well, because we have pathetic guys like that model from Thailand who called in earlier.
Oh, what a pussy.
Oh, I mean, because we may say no to these women, but guys like that say yes and hand them their cash.
I think you should have to have a license to have balls. I don't think they should just be given to you. I think you should earn them.
Oh, I think some of these guys should just donate their balls to somebody who could use some.
Oh, my mom was totally for equal rights and everything, but she's like, if you want equal rights, don't expect a guy to open the door for you. Don't expect him to pull out your chair. You do that your own.
It's absolutely right.
I really appreciate everything you say, Tom.
Jason, thank you. Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Elathio?
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Not much. What's going on?
Hey, I just want to weigh in on the topic real quick. Actually, I'm a 24-year-old right now I've graduated from college, so I think I'm pretty set, and I'm going back for my master's.
Right.
But like I was saying to the screener, I had a girl. I was dating this girl a few months ago. She's 20, and I'll put myself through school, so I didn't have that much money back then. So, I would take her out. I'll take her to dinner, buy what I can. We'll rent a movie. And one time we had an argument, And she had the nerve to tell me, oh, you don't do anything for me. And I was like, what? I was like, what do you, she's like, what else besides you buy me dinner? What else do you do for me? And I told her, and that shocked me, you know, because I figured this was a nice girl, like, never really had many boyfriends. She had, like, one boyfriend. So I was like, what do you mean? What more do you want? You know, I give you what I can. And she's like, well, you don't do anything for me. She started, like, going off on me. So, you know what? I finally had enough of it. And I told her, you know what? Find somebody who could treat you better. Said, apparently I can't do it. And after she heard that, she was like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. And I was like, oh, now you're changing your tone of voice.
No, I don't give them a second chance. And when somebody complains that I don't do enough for them or that they want things that I won't get them or whatever, that's it. Done.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I was like, you know what? And her friends were trying to tell me, oh, give her another chance. I was like, no, she told me straight to my face, like, I don't do anything for her. Apparently what I gave her was not enough, you know. I was like, I didn't have a great job because I was still going through school, you know. Now that I'm done with school, I have a better paying job. And now she's like, oh, you want to hang out? You want to hang out? I'm like, no, it's like, you screwed that up already. I'm not going to give you another chance. So I always hear, like, her friends crying, calling me. And every time they say that, I think about you. I'm like, this is the guy that turned. And I told her,
I'm the one who tells you, be an a-hole. That's what you got to be.
Yeah, and I told her, I was like, when she would hear me listen to you, and she would hate it. I was like, this is the guy who turned me on to the right path. And she's like, is this the guy that told you to be an a-hole? And I was like, exactly. She's like, well, I don't like them. I was like, that's why I used to listen when she was in the car. And you know what? I called you before a few years ago. I've been listening since 2001, actually. And I was going to let you know that my teacher turned me on to you. One of my political science teachers in a college class.
Yes?
He turned me on to you. He mentioned Tom Leykis. He's like, I'm a Tom Leykis listener. And I saw the reaction out of class. The girls were like, oh, great. And I had to look over to the girl next to me, and I told her, who's Tom Leykis? And she's like, listen to 97.1 after 3, and you'll find out.
I love that. Lamont on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How you doing, buddy?
Great.
Hey, first of all, I want to tell you something about my perception of you when I first saw you. I saw you on TV. I think it was like an entertainment, VH1 or something like that. And, I've been listening to you for probably about 8 months now. And one reference that you always seem to make when it comes to women wanting to get in your Cheerios is that you point out how unattractive you are at some points. And I want to tell you that you're absolutely wrong about that. No, I'm not gay or anything, but my perception has usually been a very big reality. And I'm telling you, man, number one, you're really just not that unattractive.
Well, here's the thing. I just try to take that weapon out of their hands when they call up and they try to use that, which has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know, and it kind of railroads them when you automatically say, oh, yeah, I'm unattractive, so right back at you. What's your next point? So anyways, good job on that. I wanted to tell you also about this.
Well, I'm glad you told me all that stuff, and I appreciate it, Lamont, but unfortunately we've run out of time now for this hour. I thank you for the call, and our email address, tom@blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.